Our viewers, my name is Honorable Ehiozuwa Johnson Agwanima. People call me EJ. That's my mission. Representing the good people of OGU, Global Africa Conference, the heartbeat of the nation. And this is my story on AI.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story. This is my story.
This is my story. This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story.
This is my story. This is my story.
This is my story. My brothers and sisters, this is my story.
On my story today, SALISU, OGU, Commissioner for Youth and Sport, KOGI State, takes us through his upbringing, challenges, and how he rose through the ladder. Please stay tuned and get motivated.
My name is Prince SALISU. I was born into the family of Alhaji Sani Ogu and Hajia Mariam Sani of Ukwaja, in Ukwaja ward of Ida local government area of Kogi State. I was born on the 22nd of August 1982. I started my early education from Arabic primary school Ida. I proceeded to Government Science Secondary School Lokoja, where I obtained my senior secondary certificate examination from. In 2005, I got admission to study physics and electronics from Federal University of Technology, Mina. I served Nigeria. I served the National Youth Service Corps in 2012-2013. To me, growing up was fun because I had this belief from the beginning that I just have to grow up as SALISU, not as anybody. I try to live my life to be myself, not to be another person. And I thank God when I look back at what I passed through when I was growing up, though I was not completely born into a poor family. My family was average, but I never allowed the name of my father that time to influence my growing up. A lot of people will tell me then that you are a different version of the Sani Ogus. I say yes, I am a different version because I want to be SALISU, because I don't want to be known as the son of Sani Ogu. I look forward to a point where my father will be known as father of SALISU. That is one of the goals I set for myself, and I followed it jealously till this moment. I grew up in the midst of youths that believes in themselves. I grew up in an average environment, not very rich, not very poor. And the family I come from is a family that allow you to do what you want, allow you to mix up with any level of children, either very poor children or very rich children. So I have a mix growing up, and to be very honest with you, I enjoyed my growing up. Even the things that were supposed to be negative, to me, when I look at them, I laugh. They were not, because they did not influence my life negatively. I grew up to know my father as a big-time politician in Kogi State. But that did not influence me in any way. The only influence that had on me was the political interest. Because from childhood, I've always wanted to be a politician. I wanted to be a politician because when I was growing up, there are a lot of things that were wrong that I thought, if given the opportunity of leadership, I should be able to correct them. Like when we were growing up, drinking water was a problem in my community. At a point, we had to wake up as early as 4 o'clock, at times 3 a.m. to go as far as Inner Shallow River to fetch water, which is about 3 to 5 kilometers from my house. So anytime I wake up, I always wake up with anger, because 3 o'clock for your mother to beat you up, that go up, stand up and go to the river to fetch water, you feel sad. But that was the only option. That was the only option. At the point when we trek from our house to the river, we meet all kinds of things on the road. At times, we will meet nobody from the house to the river. When we get to the river, we will meet nobody in the stream. We will fetch water and come back on a lonely road. At a point, I was telling my friends, because we always go in group, I was telling my friends that something needs to be done. If by the grace of God I grow up, I always tell my friends then that I know I will become a leader. If I grow up and I become a leader, drinking water will be a thing of the past for my community. And by the grace of God, God has given us that opportunity today. And we are doing the same to make sure that we provide portable drinking water for our people. I had this belief that we must bring people together. We must encourage one another. While in school, I was deeply involved in student union activism. At the point, I contested and won several leadership positions in school. I was at a point the National Deputy Senate President of Igala Student Association, National President, National Association of Kogi State Student, Federal University of Technology, Mina. In 2009, I contested and won the National President of National Association of Kogi State Students. But the then government of the day were seriously against my mandate. And my father was chairman of Teaching Service Commission then. At a point, the struggle of the emancipation of Kogi State students, which was the hallmark of my aspiration, was threatening my father's job. 3 weeks or 4 weeks into the declaration of my presidency, I had to resign for the sake of my father and went back to school. Well, I wouldn't say I am lucky. Well, position is part of human's destiny. I was a very strong supporter of Ochule Nojo James, SAN, of blessed memory. He was my boss. When we contested for governorship primaries with late Prince Abubakar Audu, we lost to Prince Abubakar Audu. few months after we lost the election, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, General Muhammadu Buhari, appointed my then boss, Ocho James, as Minister of State, Labour and Employment, who appointed me as one of his senior special assistants. After we lost him, His Excellency Alhaji Yahaya Bello appointed me as Commissioner for Transportation in KOGI State. So I wouldn't say I am completely lucky for this position, because we actually worked for the party.
As early as 11, I could go to the market, shop, come home, I cook for the whole family, a family of 10 at that tender age.
Sometimes I have to go selling akara to make some little money, or to be given some few of those akara as part of the payment.
From JS3 to XS3, I was working in the market in Warri. In a particular market called Besu Market, I was pushing wheelbarrow and truck, then as a student.
There's what you call grand corruption, petty corruption, and systemic corruption.
Free education is the cheapest project the government can embark, unlike construction.
Small issues like lights, steady power supply. For me, that's the biggest issue.
We need to look at socio-political, economic foundations and resilience organizations for our teenagers.
Leadership is an opportunity for you to serve other people. And if you are not willing to serve, you have no business being in leadership.
As far as I am concerned, challenges in life strengthen your chances of becoming what you want to be. Because when you face difficult challenges, so many things become very obvious to you. So many goals that you want to achieve in life becomes very obvious to you. I think it's one of the cardinal points that made me who I am today. Life is like a story. Everything that you think is negative, if it would have been positive at that particular point in time, you wouldn't have arrived your destination. God is a perfect God. Whatever happened is part of the story of your life. So I don't think there is anything that I'm supposed to do that I did not do. Anything that I have done till this moment is part of the story of my life. In life, when you attain adulthood, is your future is between you and your God. However you want your future to look like is exactly how it will look like. A point will come in your life that nobody can have positive or negative influence on you. But from childhood to that adulthood, your parents, the community, the government has a lot to do. My life has always been a story. A very interesting story. When I celebrated my 35th birthday, when I was trying to put biro to paper to write the story of my 35 years of existence, there were a lot of things that were coming to my mind. At the point, I had to drop my biro and ask myself, did I actually pass through these stages in my life? Because I was the person that passed through all those stages, I was convinced that, yeah, I actually passed all those stages. And I was proud of myself. Because it was not all rosy. My father was not a poor man when I was growing up. But myself, I saw myself as a very poor person. Because I've always believed in myself. I don't see the family I come from influencing me either positively or negatively, other than what I had in my mind. And that has helped me greatly. When I was growing up, there were some of my friends that were very, very close and we mixed together. And I'm very proud that some of them are still very close to me. Somebody like Kasim Idachaba is actually my personal assistant on domestic affairs today. Somebody like Danju Masule. Somebody like Danju Masule he works with one of the federal agencies today. Whenever I tell my story, the only friend that is no longer around to see me growing up to where I am today, that I always feel bad, is the Kogi Obo. We call him Kido. We lost him over 10 years ago. May his gentle soul rest in peace. And at a point when I was in the university, I met this very special friend, Victor Eida. I call him special because there are so many people around that want to come around because of who you are. But it's one of the few friends that have always been around, that we have always gone through thick and thin together. And I can tell you that he's very much around today. My friends that I will not forget again is Comrade Destiny Keller. He's the coordinator of Youth Council, of National Youth Council of Nigeria, Ida local government chapter today. He was with me throughout my struggle in the students' activities. And today he's strongly still with me. Jubrin Agba's strategy is my very good friend. He's still very much with me. I have a lot of friends that I can't mention that they are with me today. His Excellency appointed me on the 1st of August 2016 to mount the Ministry of Transportation. On the 28th of November 2017, His Excellency did a minor cabinet reshufflement and redeployed me from Ministry of Transportation to Ministry of Youth and Sports. And by the grace of God, Youth and Sports, I see it as my own immediate constituency. So if we finally assumed that office by the grace of God, we have a lot of programs because it's a terrain that we are very, very much used to. And I can assure the youth of Kogi State that the Ministry of Youth and Sport, which is our own only ministry that we have as far as the state is concerned, will not remain the same. This is my story.
And that's it on My Story today. For your comments and suggestions, please send a text or WhatsApp message to 0806 004 2843. Thank you for staying tuned.